This is Cammy Davis, and today I'm going to start making decorations for my Christmas tree this year. And these are great to give for gifts as well, great for coworkers and friends and family, just small and inexpensive gifts, which I decided a while ago to stop getting stressed out about Christmas and have some fun with it. So I wanted to give you guys some idea for some inexpensive but gifts that show that you care. So this is what I'm going to make. These are, it's a plastic, because it doesn't break as easily. The glass ones are actually cheaper at the craft store, but if you get the plastic one, a lot easier to work with. So these are Christmas balls, and I'm covering it in FIMO that I rolled into little balls, as you can see. So when you're working with FIMO Dough, or one of the other that's similar, this is my favorite brand that I've used. I've tried a few different ones. I got the soft. They're soft and classic, and I got the soft because it's a little bit easier on my hands. I'm just going to cut this open. Now I've already started my oven on really low, because what you end up doing is baking your FIMO dough once you have your shape done, is you bake it at a really low temperature for an hour or two. I mean, I just end up turning it really low and just leaving it in there for quite a while. And then the first thing you want to do, they call it conditioning your dough. And basically you want to work it around, kind of soften it up, which the heat of your hands does a little bit, and then just by moving it around. And you're mixing it together and making it soft enough that you can work with it. Okay, so this is conditioned pretty well. And then I'm just going to pinch off a little bit of it, and I'm going to roll it into a ball. And I've noticed with my design, there's so many different things you could do. I really love simple geometric repeating patterns. That's just something that I like. So that's what I'm going to do, what I like. So there's my first one, and then I'm just going to keep doing it. And I want to make sure I pinch off about the same amount each time. I don't like perfection, but I like consistency. So if they vary a little bit, that's going to be just fine. This is a great thing to do at night while you're watching a movie or something. Now, I don't know if you can see, but this one is actually quite a bit bigger. So I'm actually going to just pinch a little bit off and re-roll it, because I do want consistency. Do that until I have probably this whole thing done. And then I'm going to put them on a pan and put them into the oven, in my 265-degree oven, and then just let them bake for a couple of hours, and then take them out, let them just cool, or turn the oven off actually is what I typically do, and just let them cool down the rest of the day slowly with the oven. And then they're really hard when you're done. So let me show you what they look like when you are finished. This little pan filled with ones that I finished and baked. You can hear how hard they are once they baked. I took a little plastic container to set my Christmas ornament in, and because it was top heavy, I put just looking for something heavy, so I just grabbed some change to put in the bottom, and it's made it really easy to work with. And after a few trials, attempts, and errors, I decided that the best glue to use on this was the E6000. I have my sliding glass door and then a window open, so I have cross ventilation. If I was going to be doing this for a while, I would be wearing a ventilation mask. This stuff gives me major headaches if I'm not careful with it. It's a really strong glue, but you know, gotta protect yourself too. And another thing is, if I'm just going to be doing a small area, I will use the small ones, because once you've used a big tube like 3 or 4 times, it's kind of almost impossible to open. I have done things where I like poke holes in it as I go along so that I can still use it, but I'm doing a smaller project right now, so I'm just going to use a small one. So I'm just going to put an area of the glue to my Christmas ball. Okay, so as you can see, I have my glue onto one portion of it, and then I'm starting to add the little black FIMO dough balls to it. If you're following this project with the little balls and stuff, which are really cool because it adds such a great modern texture to it, pick a color that makes you happy. Or if the person you're making it for has a favorite color or a certain color that they decorate with for Christmas. But I tend to give my friends and family things that I like. So when they look at them, it reminds them that I loved them enough to make a gift for them. That's my theory on it. And make sure you squish them down into the glue and close together. That's what that looks like, and I'm going to leave that here to dry for about 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and turn it and do another side. Another thing I want to make for Christmas these are some little votives to put in the middle of the table that my family is going to eat off of. These are also great, like hostess gifts and stuff like that. So I bought these from a local craft store. They are regularly $1.49 and they were on sale for 59 cents. I do, if I'm going into the craft store for paint or something, is that I will just kind of glance through what's on sale, because that's a good way to pick up some of these things that you're going to use at sale prices, because that always helps the end cost. And I'm going to cover them with the same beads that I'm doing my Christmas ornaments with. So the table I have here actually is going to work well for this because it has a little groove in it. It's probably not very pretty in this demo, but it is one that I use for all of my crafts, so sorry, giving it pretty for the end product. So I'm just going to put these on the votive same way I did on the Christmas ornament. Squish them together. Okay, and I'm going to let that dry, and then I'll come back and work on that a little bit more.